Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of my Trove News series. Now, I believe that everything that I'm going to talk about today is actually coming out next Tuesday with the next patch, but if one or two things don't make it to this next patch, I'm just giving you a warning. I could be wrong, but I believe everything that we're going to talk about today is actually coming in the next patch. And the first thing, I might go on for a little bit on it because, you know, this is my realm, my territory that the devs are trying to step in right now. So I have a lot of insight that I can give on this, and I hope that the devs are actually watching this video because, well, yeah, we'll discuss it right now. So the first thing that they said was that they're going to make credit pouches, and this is next Tuesday again, guys. So credit pouches will no longer be completely tradable, and what this means is that you can only sell credit pouches on the marketplace, and once they are bought, they are consumed automatically. So they are no longer an in-game item once you buy them from the marketplace for Flux. If you actually buy them from the store for the dollar value, you can still get the item in the game and then sell it to the marketplace. You know, they still want people to be, you know, pay to winning and spending a lot of money to make a lot of Flux. It's very simple, very easy way to get by a lot of grinding. But once someone buys that, whoever buys it, if you search up on the marketplace, you search up credit pouches, you buy the first one, it auto-consumes into your store inventory, not actually your in-game inventory. It's no longer an item once you buy it for Flux. So their actual reasoning for this is that they said they don't want people manipulating the prices because that's rising the price of the credit pouches. Now, sure, people do manipulate the prices at some points in the day, sometimes a week, you know. But the reason why the credit pouches rose on the marketplace is because you redid the frickin' store and everything became available for credits, and you added flash deals, which are frickin' amazing and valuable, worth credits. That is why they jumped up 30%. They did that the day that the patch came out, not before then. There's a reason, guys. There's a reason, Trion. Let's learn some economy here. I don't know if you guys have an economy guy, but if you do, you should frickin' fire him right now, because that is completely false information, saying that manipulating the market is going to rise, that's rising the price, and doing this is going to lower the price of the marketplace. One, I just have a question for you guys, Trion. What does making a one-way trade put into your mind that is going to lower the price? What does lowering the supply of a market, like, how does that correlate to lowering the price? That's my first question. And let me give you some insight right here, guys. All right, I gotta get ready. Gotta get settled down here, because my brain is like racing at like 200 miles per hour. So I hope I explained this correctly. So the reason why this is so ludicrous is, yes, people are manipulating the prices. They will do that in every marketplace there will ever be in any form in this world, be it video games, be it real life, any type of specific market. That's how it works. That's the most lucrative thing you can do in the world for anything. So there will always be that. But isn't it so coincidental that the prices were still hovering around 70k Flux? They never jumped up to 100k ever. They never did before the recent store change patch. So where were you getting the idea before that the prices were being manipulated and rose from manipulation? Why did it never happen? I don't know. And then how come right when you have the patch, all of a sudden the price jumps up 30%, and then it stays at 30%? It never rose past that. It has actually lowered. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand their mindset. This is so crazy. But again, so let me tell you the reason why this doesn't happen, Trion. Let me tell you the reason why the prices aren't just rising to infinity from manipulation. That is because when you offer people the opportunity to repost something that they bought, they will do that. 99.99%, like, people that are manipulating credit pouches have to be rich enough to do it. So we're talking like the 0.1% of people are actually manipulating the prices and keeping them up at like nighttime or something, and then they lower back down during the middle of the day when everyone's spending their money on the game. So the other 99.9% of players are casual players, and let's say 50%, not even that, let's say 30% of those players buy a credit pouch because they see a flash deal, and then maybe they're like, man, I don't really know if I should get this flash deal yet, so I'm gonna hold on to this credit pouch just in case. Or maybe they buy a credit pouch for a flash deal, and then they're like, or they just buy credit pouches in general, and they're like, I'm just gonna hold off on these until a flash deal that I want pops up, you know? And then it comes like a week later, and they're like, well, I haven't really seen a flash deal that I want pop up, so let me get my flux back because I need my flux. I need to get a dragon right now. So let me get my flux back out of these credit pouches that I've had sitting in my inventory for a week. So what are they going to do? They're going to post their credit pouches for as low as possible, where they're comfortable enough to where they've gotten enough flux back from their when they bought them in the first place. Like, that is what 99.9% of the players will do. They'll buy an item, and then they'll hold off on it. Maybe they don't need it later on down the line, and they're going to repost it for as cheap as they want to get their flux back as quick as possible, because a lot of people are very, very impatient. That is why manipulation is so profitable, is because 99% of the players are actually impatient and can't do that. So, you know, that's why the price is lower. Taking items out of the game, they're not taking items out of the game, but making it a one-way trade is only lowering the supply, because there's never going to be a second thought, ever. People will never be able to have that second thought. So what does that mean? There's less supply, because people aren't able to repost it. They have it, they're done. They screw themselves, or, you know, they're just going to hold off on it until they find something that they want worth credits. You know, that's theirs forever. So the supply is going to lower. That means that the item is going to get more expensive, because the more that people want an item and the less there is of it means that the prices will rise. Guys, like, who? I don't understand. It boggles my mind. And it's only because they gave the reasoning of they want the prices to lower. And that's just, if they didn't say that, if they didn't try to dive into the realm of economics and act like they knew what they were talking about, then I wouldn't be so upset. But they're stepping into, like, our realm, you know, this is what this channel is about. And I just have to give them the insight that that's not how it happens. Like, if you had a completely different reason, I wouldn't be so, you know, emotional about it. I wouldn't, or not emotional, but emotionally invested, you know? I'm putting a lot of time into this one topic because they're, like, diving into my realm right here. Basically my major. And I just want to say that that's not how it works. The only way that the price is going to lower now, because people don't have a second thought. They buy it, they're done. They have those credits. There's no way that they can go 2 days later and be like, oh, I don't need these anymore. Let me sell them really quick, get my flux back so I can make this dragon real quick. There's never going to be that opportunity anymore, which means the price will never, ever, ever, ever lower, guys. It will never lower. The only way that it will lower is if people buy more credit pouches. And you're not incentivizing anyone to buy more credit pouches with this change. This doesn't make it credit pouches more valuable for people to buy. It might once they're like 200k flux, because that's what's going to happen. Trust me. At that point, people are going to buy more, and then it'll lower, sure, to like maybe 150k, 170k. At the best, 100k, which that's what they are right now. So, you know, that's the only way that they're going to lower. Doing this does nothing to lower the price, only to rise the price. This has no correlation to lowering the price, only rising, because you're lowering the supply in the game, which is going to raise the demand, and which makes the prices rise. It's supply and demand, guys. It's economics 101. Okay, we're done with that subject. Hopefully I explained it as good as possible. Obviously, I left out like a million details, and it is so much bigger than what I am explaining, but I'm trying to just give the straight up rundown. I know I did a rundown in 8 minutes, but come on, guys. You guys know I stay on topics for a long time. So there you go. Trion, if you have an economics guy, fire him. He's gone. I hope he is, because this is not how I want their explanations to be from now on. So yeah, that's the first topic. Let's move on. Good thing the other topics are very, very minuscule, and I could just go fast through them, and it'll be a 10-minute video like normal anyway, so I guess it rounds out. But the next thing is new sigils are coming to the game, and these are, I don't really like them, to be honest. I prefer the ones we have now, and I wish there was like an option to, but these are coming pretty soon, if not with the next patch, like I was saying. And these are actually going to make the mastery wings are going to be completely, they're basically redoing the entire look of them. They're going to be completely different. Instead of gold, they're going to be like silver now, or like a ugly type gray, in my opinion. But mastery wings will be updated every 50 levels. So, you know, your mastery level 50, you'll have the base wings. Your mastery level 100, you'll get some updated wings. Your mastery 150, updated again all the way up until 300. And then you got the big silver wings. And also, they're changing the power rank sigil, which is the middle part of the sigil. And that's going to update every 5,000 power rank. There's not much to say on it because it's just a new look. It's not like they're changing anything. It's just a look of the sigil over there. And then, you know, it starts off with like one circle if you're 5k. When you're 10k, it has like 2 circles. circles. When you're 15k, it has 3 circles, or maybe I'm missing one of them. And then when you're 20k, I don't know. You guys will see it on the screen. But so yeah, that's the new sigils. Again, not much to say about them. There's just a new look to the sigils. Doesn't change anything in the game. Next up is the new minigame mode that we have been talking about over the past couple news videos. Will actually be available to be built in the next patch, which means that you know, people that make, like, you know, the minigames now in your clubs, that's what it means. It just means you're going to be able to build them in clubs and submit them to be actually in the game later down the line. And these are the minigame modes that are class-specific minigames, like target hunting, stuff like that. Again, we talked about these pretty lengthy before, so they said, you know, quote-unquote said that they fixed the hit registration with that Shadow Hunter minigame, which we kind of bashed. So hopefully they did. I don't trust them because it depends on desync. But yeah, hopefully it's at least a little better. It still doesn't fix the racing challenges that are literally impossible to even get the first point of, or bronze in, because the freaking minigame is too long. But you know, hopefully they'll fix that eventually. I don't think they will, but whatever. And then there's the 25 new costumes. Most of you guys probably know about these. Those are coming to the Chaos Crafter, so there's not much to say about them. You just get some Chaos cards and then you craft them later down the line. They didn't show any of them off, so I don't really have anything really to show you on them. And then the last thing is that they're changing up the contests a little bit. This really only applies to top people, like rank 1s, and people that are the first or top 10 people in terms of health regen gems. you know what I'm talking about. But they said that they're going to make contests now if you have the same, or if you're in a tie. Like if everyone is max mastery right now, there's 100 people that are max mastery. They cannot get any more mastery, so they're like, well, I'm stuck at number 100. No one can get any more. We're all tied. What they're going to do is now anyone that's tied will be rewarded equally. So if you're max mastery, like literally have every point of mastery in the game, and there's like 30 of you guys, you all get the number 1 rank 1 reward. It's just for any tie ever. If you're tied with anybody at any point in the leaderboard, maybe you're both tied for rank 2500 for that little empowered gem box on the weekly challenge, you will now receive rewards equally. I think this is 100% the correct way to do it, because that's just fair. You can't, like, you're tied. You're not one above another. You know, sure, someone got there first, which, you know, it'll still be there. You'll still be there number 1 if you got there first. But in terms of rewards, you know, it wouldn't be fair because no one can beat you after that, right? So, yeah. That's seems fair to me, at least. I don't have rank 1 in mastery, so I can't really comment too much on it, but just from a common sense standpoint, it seems completely fair. And then next up, or the last thing, is actually that they're going to change class contests, are now going to be top 10 instead of number 1. You know, the number 1 reward is what I mean, the top tier reward. So it's the pinatas right now. I think you get like 100 pinatas, something like that. I actually don't know, but I'm not in game to see. But instead of being number 1 for the class contest, it's actually going to be the top 10. I like this a lot better, and it is going to give 50 shadow pinatas for that top 10 reward instead of that 100 or 1,000. I don't know what it was. I think it was like 999. So you're gonna get less, sure, but it's spread out more between 10 players, so it makes sense. There's actually more shadow pinatas being entered into the game now, I think, because 500. Actually, no, that's less. Isn't that less? 500 shadow pinatas. I don't know if it's actually 999. I'm just completely making that up in my mind, but it could be true. I don't know. You guys, or I'll just check in like 2 seconds here. But it's kind of irrelevant, right? Because only one person would have got it before, and now 10 people get 50. And that's going to be it for this video. If you guys have any like debates on the first topic, I'm open to debate. It's pretty much non-debatable though, in my opinion, because it's a supply and demand. It's just supply and demand. That's how the economy works. It doesn't mean if you, like, that's why G2A, and not even G2A, because, you know, you could just say, you know, G2A is all fraudulent keys. Any free market, you go to CD keys, you go to any free digital market, and it's cheaper. Why? Because people buy a game, and later on down the line, they're like, oh, I don't want this game anymore, and they just try to sell it for a quick buck to get some money back out of it. That's why, you know, Amazon, if you buy it from a actual person, even if it's not used and it's brand new, you're gonna buy it for cheaper than the retailer. Why? Because they're just trying to repost it and get some money out of it, and it's brand freaking new. There's a reason why the free markets are cheaper than buying it off Steam or something like that, because that's just how economy works, guys. Jesus freaking. Okay, that's going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time.